Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Hope you are fine. This is history. The chapter is the decline of Mughal Empire, and the topic we are going to discuss today is the causes of decline of Mughal Empire or the causes of the downfall of Mughal Empire. So in our last lecture we had discussed about the early Mughals and their policies and their government methodology and the policies through which the early Mughals governed. In this topic we are going to learn about the policies of the weak policies of early Mughals and the weak policies of the later Mughals who came after Aurangzeb. Here in this slide you can see the list of the Mughal emperors, the early Mughals on the right side and the later Mughals on the left side. The later Mughals starting from 1707 from the death of Aurangzeb, Alamgir and the last one was Bahadur Shah Zafar in 1857. So therefore the later and early Mughals, the weak policies of both of them caused the decline of the Mughal Empire. Here we discuss the policies one by one, that what were the policies which caused the decline of Mughal Empire. One of the policies was the religious policy of Aurangzeb, which angered the non-Muslims in India. And the religious policies of Aurangzeb included jizya tax on Hindus, which was abolished by Akbar because King Akbar was supporting the Hindus, but jizya tax was imposed by Aurangzeb on Hindus. And then he also dismissed the Hindu officials from state services and allowed only those who prepared to embrace Islam, and building of new Hindu temples was banned in some areas. So these were the policies. Especially Aurangzeb Alamgir also enraged the Sikh ruler, the Sikh community, because the Sikh ruler Guru Tej Singh was executed, and Sikh control against the Mughal rule became a strong military power. And besides these things, there were some other policies also which caused the decline of Mughal Empire. The other policy was the size of empire, and it was very difficult for the Mughal emperor to control each and every area of the Mughal Empire. India was a very big country, or we can say empire. So those areas which were directly under the control of Mughal Empire were also far away. So therefore, it was difficult for the emperor to check the activities in every corner of the empire. Therefore, the Mughal nobles raised rebellions in some states and in some provinces, and these nobles, who were the rich people and landlords, these frustrated the emperor, and therefore the emperor and his power became weaker by the time, and this is also the reason that the Mughal Empire declined. The other reason of Mughal Empire was that why the Mughal Empire declined, it was weak successor of Aurangzeb. After the death of Aurangzeb, the rulers who came after Aurangzeb were not very good in terms of the state policies, empire policies, and they were not very much trained and very much enthusiastic about controlling the empire. So therefore, after the death of Aurangzeb, we can see a list of the later Mughals, in which the weaker ones are named here, like Jahandar Shah, Farrukh Siyar, Muhammad Shah, Ahmad Shah, and Bahadur Shah II, who is named Bahadur Shah Zafar also. These were very weak, and these were not determined successors. So therefore, the weak successors also caused the decline of Mughal Empire, and the successors could not hold the empire strongly like the other empires had done during early, time period. Here is one more reason why the Mughal Empire declined, and this is the absence of law of succession. And the wars of succession were the reason because of the absence of the law of succession. There was no law of the making king, or there was no law of nominating who is going to be the king after an emperor, or who is going to be emperor after his father. Therefore, due to no law of succession, there were wars for succession among the brothers and among the sons of the emperor, and these wars of succession declined the power of the Mughals. So here we see that Aurangzeb himself fought with his three brothers, Murad, Shuja, and Dara Shikoh, and he imprisoned his father Shah Jahan for throne, and he became emperor after defeating his brothers. Likewise, some other sons also fought for the empire, like the sons of Aurangzeb also fought for the empire, and the war of successions weakened the power of the Mughals in subcontinent. So there were some people who used to provoke the sons of emperors against their fathers and to fight for the empire with their brothers. So therefore, the people who were who were involved in conspiracies also wanted the sons of the Mughals to involve in the war of succession, so that the Mughal empire should become weaker. Now let's see the other reason of decline of the Mughal empire. This is also one of the reason of decline of Mughal empire, and this is the degeneration of Mughal nobility and softness of character. Some Mughal emperors were very strict in their policies. One of them was Babur himself, but the Mughal emperors who came later on, these Mughal emperors did not have very strict policies, and they did not adhere to their policies also. So therefore, their soft character, especially the involvement of the Mughal emperors in some useless and un-Islamic activities, also made their character very soft for the non-Muslims, and this caused the degeneration of the nobility and noble character of the Mughal emperors. So therefore, when the Mughals came to India, they had a hard character, but afterward, due to too much wealth, luxuries, and leisure, it softened their character, and their palaces were beautiful, and these luxurious things made the character of the Mughals very weak. So therefore, due to this soft character and due to this lethargic attitude, caused the Mughal emperors to lose their nobility, and the Mughal emperors slowly and gradually became weaker, and their power declined. They spent huge sums on keeping the large palaces, and they were involved only in the worldly things. Apart from some of the rulers, there were some such rulers who were very religious and who were also very much capable of controlling the empire, like Aurangzeb himself was not fond of a luxurious life, and Aurangzeb, he led a very simple life. So therefore, the degeneration of nobility and softness of character was also one of the reasons that the other communities attacked on Mughals, like Marathas and the other tribes in Bengal, the princes of Pathan tribes in Bengal, and the nobles also attacked the Mughal empire and Mughal emperor, and the Mughal empire became weak. Here are some other reasons also. One of the reasons is the financial bankruptcy, because after the death of Aurangzeb, the Mughal Empire faced financial bankruptcy. Aurangzeb had spent a lot of money in war expeditions, wars with Satnamis, wars with Pathan tribes, wars with Marathas, wars with Sikh, had left the treasury, Mughal treasury, empty, and there was very less amount left in the Mughal treasury. Therefore, financially, the Mughal Empire had become bankrupt. The people had stopped paying taxes in the end after the death of Mughal Empire, and therefore there was no finance to rule and no finance to run the affairs of the empire. Shah Jahan had increased the state demand of one half the produce or the production, but the extravagant expenditure of Shah Jahan on buildings was a crushing burden upon the resources of the country, and likewise Alamgir too and some other ministers were, in such position that these spent a lot of money, and the Mughal Empire became empty, and there was no money to even train the army and to control the affairs of the empire. Not only this, but we can identify some very important reasons as well for the decline of Mughal Empire. And apart from financial bankruptcy, some other reasons are also there. The other reason is the widespread corruption in administration. The widespread corruption in the administration was also one of the cause of downfall. There were many officials from the highest to the lowest rank who took bribes for doing, some favor and giving some favor to the people. Even the emperor was not above it. The ministers or and influential courtiers around the emperor made fortunes, made a lot of money by taking bribe. Qabil Khan, he was one of the courtier, so he earned a lot of money through the bribe, and likewise there were many other courtiers who were making, and ministers also, who were making a lot of money by taking bribe from the people and from the rich people. Degeneration of Mansabdari system is also one of the reason. Mansabdari system was founded by Akbar, and through this Mansabdari system the law and order situation was controlled in different areas of the empire. But after the death of Akbar and Aurangzeb, the Mansabdari system declined, and its degeneration had started at the time of Aurangzeb even. There was corruption in operation on all sides. In the later years of Aurangzeb's time period, the treasury was empty, and Mansabdari system had been so corrupt that the law and order situation was created in many areas. The Mansabdars were the officials who usually controlled the law and order situation, but this time this system was also corrupted, and it was seen that due to the corruption in Mansabdari system, the Mughal Empire became very weak, and morally it was degraded. There are some other reasons like the invasion of the foreigners or foreign invasions on Mughal Empire, the attacks from the people from different countries, in which Nadir Shah from Iran and Ahmad Shah Abdali from Afghanistan are important. Ahmad Shah Abdali and Nadir Shah, although they were Muslims, and Ahmad Shah Abdali was one of the army leader who was invited by Shah Waliullah in 1861 to defeat Marathas at Panipat also. But apart from the services Ahmad Shah Abdali rendered, there were some, attacks from these personalities which weakened the Mughal Empire. Invasions on India by Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali gave a serious blow to the already declining empire. The one easy victory of Nadir Shah and the repeated invasions of Ahmad Shah Abdali exposed to the world the military weakness of the Mughal state. The invaders, destroyed Delhi and carried away huge amount with them. This affected the prestige of the Mughal Empire, and the people lost all faith in the capacity of the Mughal rulers, because the Mughal rulers and and the military was not capable of fighting and and defending the empire against the attacks of these people who were coming from outside. So therefore, here we can see that the Mughal Empire was declining. The invasion from Nadir Shah also left some Mughal emperors very much frustrated. One of them was Shah Jahan, when his peacock throne was taken away by Nadir Shah. And one incident of this is with the Emperor Muhammad Shah in the later Mughals, that the moonstone diamond Kohinoor was taken away from Muhammad Shah, and Nadir Shah took it away. So therefore the foreign invaders from Iran and from Afghanistan took a lot of amount and a lot of things from the Mughal Empire, and the Mughal Empire was now weaker and was now unprotected from the attacks of these Muslim rulers or Muslim leaders. The lack of naval force was also a very big reason why the Mughal Empire declined. The Mughal military was already inept and was already untrained, was not aware of the modern techniques and war strategies. But besides this, there was no any naval force created by the Mughals and Mughal emperor. All the Mughal emperor had his seat in Delhi, which was far away from the sea, but still many parts of the empire were controlled by the Mughal emperor. Therefore, when the British and French and the other Europeans came from the routes, from the sea route, there could have been possible defensive sea force by the Mughal emperors to control the attacks of the Dutch and the Portuguese and French and British. But there was no naval force to counter the attacks of the Europeans. Therefore, the Mughal Empire was easily controlled and was easily declined, because the Europeans could transport along with them a lot of arms and ammunition on the ships, which could not be destroyed by the Mughal emperors during transportation. So therefore, it was the biggest lack of defense because of the lack of the naval force with the Mughal emperors. Let's talk about the other reason which we can see here, and this reason is the rise of Marathas. The Marathas was a community emerging from the central India, from Hyderabad Deccan, the Deccan Plateau, and Marathas were very strong. The Marathas, rise of Marathas under Peshwa used to be called their leader, was another important factor of which contributed to the decline of Mughal Empire. They consolidated their position in western India and started entering their plans for a greater Maharashtra Empire. The gains of Marathas were the loss of Mughals. The Marathas became the strongest power in northern India. In the mid 18th century, although Aurangzeb had arrested one of the Maratha Peshwa, and Aurangzeb had almost controlled the Marathas' activities, but the Maratha Peshwa managed to escape, and then he again frustrated the Mughal Empire by the attacks, by the guerrilla attacks of the Marathas, and Marathas' power was getting stronger because the Mughals were not capable of controlling the attacks of Marathas. Therefore, the increasing power of Marathas was also a threat for the Mughal emperors. It was the British forces which defeated Marathas, and in 1818 the British completely destroyed the Maratha Empire and Maratha power. But by the time the Mughal Empire had also been declined by the British. The arrival of the British, last but not the least, the arrival of the British was also a very big reason of the decline of Mughal Empire, because when the British came in India, the British came at the time of Jahangir, and they asked for the permission to trade in India. And for this permission, the British just showed that they will only trade and they will not try to occupy some areas of India. And therefore, after the advent of the British in India, there was the problem that the Mughal Empire was declining, and when the British were allowed to found East India Company in India, then not only British not only started to trade, but the British started the expeditions, and they started to expand their empire. So the reasons of decline of Mughal Empire are clear, that the arrival of the British also one of the biggest reasons of the Mughal Empire, of the decline of Mughal Empire. The industries were producing cheap manufactured goods which were sold around the world, and with this wealth the British created the wealth from India. The British created wealth from Bengal especially by the export of the agriculture goods, and by the export of the agriculture goods the British made a lot of money, and by imposing heavy taxes the British also made a lot of money. And this we can see was also a very big reason why the Mughal Empire declined. So therefore we have studied so many reasons of decline of Mughal Empire. Hopefully you have understood each and every reason why the Mughal Empire declined. The causes of decline of Mughal Empire, the assignment question is given in the end. The coming of the British was the main reason for the decline of Mughal Empire. Do you agree or disagree? Give reasons for your answer. This is a 14 marks question in which you have to explain the reasons, and then you have to support any one of the reason. If you are with the reason given in the question that really the coming of the British was the main reason for the decline of Mughal Empire, then you can support this reason. Otherwise, if you disagree with this, then you can support any one of the reasons which have been explained to you from the reasons, and you can identify that which reason was the main reason of decline of the Mughal Empire. So the number of reasons which you will write should not be less than 4 or 5, and it can be more. You can write down all the reasons if you have time to write down, and if you don't have time, then at least 4 to 5 reasons you must explain, and then in the end you should write down your own opinion, that which reason do you think was the most important reason of decline of Mughal Empire. Hopefully you have understood each and everything. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.